8 Features of the Greatest Creator. Xiefeng. Translation edited by Long and Eilian. The greatest creator is unique and exclusive. 万上帝是唯一的. The unity of opposites is a powerful tool for understanding the universe. All things in the world exist relatively, and losing one side also means losing the condition for the existence of the other. Yin and yang, positive and negative, interior and exterior, man and woman, male and female, masculine and feminine, rigidity and softness, glory and humiliation, clockwise and counterclockwise, with and without, tangible and intangible, birth and death, light and darkness, movement and stillness, strength and weakness, high and low, noble and humble, rich and poor, fortune and misfortune, merit and fault, gain and loss, advance and retreat, positive and negative, big and small, up and down, more and less, front and rear, left and right, truth and falsehood, good and evil, beauty and ugliness, fragrance and odor, immortal and mortal, Buddha and demon, God and ghost, material and spirit, heaven and hell, fairyland and the mortal world, and so on. They all rely on each other, coexist and prosper together. Even a piece of thin paper has a front and a back. If there is no front, there will be no back. If there is no back, there will be no front. However, the unity of opposites view cannot explain all phenomena, and there are exceptions to the law. In universality, there are peculiarities, and in commonality, there are individualities. There is also a neutral gender in addition to male and female. The golden mean, which is unbiased and impartial, is to seek the middle point between two extremes. The turning point for quantitative change or qualitative change is not unity of opposites but uniqueness. Wuji generates Taiji. Taiji generates the bipolarity. Wuji refers to the state when there was no substance in the universe and only energy existed. The intangible and invisible energy, when moving irregularly, formed an energy cluster or Taiji. To understand how Taiji is formed, you can try drinking all the milk in a flat-bottomed glass and leave the glass uncleaned for 12 hours. Then observe the shape and structure of the glass bottom. The first unconscious movement of Taiji has triggered the orderly movement of the entire energy, and with it, the time and space in the human sense appeared. This is how the bipolarity is generated, which is actually the phenomenon of material and non-material, tangible and intangible, following the principle of unity of opposites. The formation of the bipolarity can be understood as follows. The greater the energy, the less visible it is. The smaller the energy, the more visible it is. This is the key to the birth and formation of the universe. Lao Tzu's understanding of the great form has no contour refers to the energy cluster before the birth of the bipolarity, which is the Taiji. Mao Zedong thought is a kind of energy cluster that influences many people's lives and affects many people's words and deeds. But who can explain clearly what color and shape it is? I am discussing Taiji here, with the purpose of understanding it. Taiji originates from Wuji, and is born from the chaotic movement and collision of formless and shapeless energy. You can observe the disorderly movement of the molecules via a microscope. The original energy movement is just like the molecular movement. After the formation of Taiji energy cluster, orderly movement begins in the energy world. Invisible matter appears in areas with less energy, while invisible non-material gradually forms in areas with more energy. Just like a person, the physical body corresponds to areas with less energy, and the mind and soul correspond to areas with more energy. Thus, Taiji gave birth to bipolarity, which is tangible matter and intangible non-material. And from this emerged positive and negative, yin and yang, light and darkness, truth and falsehood, good and evil, and so on. And the universe and all phenomena came into being from Taiji and bipolarity. In the Bible, the Heavenly Father, and in the Quran, Allah is undoubtedly the creator of the universe, which is what the Chinese Taoist understanding of Taiji refers to, though under different names, they are essentially the same. This means that Taiji is the greatest creator, and the greatest creator is Taiji. Wuji produced Taiji, which then generated bipolarity, and everything in the universe comes from this bipolarity. The two sides of bipolarity are the unity of opposites. Though it comes from Taiji, the latter is unique and exclusive, but not unity of opposites. Therefore, the greatest creator is unique and has no opposite. The greatest creator is Amorphous. Tu Sang Di Wu Ding Xing. God is Taiji, a conscious energy cluster that can take on any form since energy is formless. When energy enters the human body, it becomes a person. When energy enters flowers and plants, it becomes branches, leaves, and flowers. When energy enters a river, it becomes liquid. When energy enters a rock, it becomes solid. When energy enters the atmosphere, it becomes gas. According to Einstein's equation, E equals mc squared, the formula for the formation of matter is m equals E/c superscript 2, where c is the speed of light, a constant, and E is energy, a variable. This means that energy is the only factor that forms matter. Without energy, there is no matter, no sun, moon, stars, mountains, rocks, rivers, flowers, trees, insects, fish, birds, or beasts, and likewise, there would be no humans. When matter disappears, it is transformed back into energy because the total energy of the universe is a constant that does not increase or decrease. Does the burning of a tree, an animal, a building, or a tank of liquefied gas mean that nothing exists anymore? No. They are all transformed back into energy. A seed, a fertilized egg, can grow and take shape by using energy. Without energy, everything is nothing. This is the basic principle of the birth of the universe. If we say that the greatest creator has a fixed form, it is completely wrong. The greatest creator has no fixed form because he is an energy cluster, but he can take any form. In other words, the entire world is the greatest creator. The greatest creator is neutral. 3上帝是中性的. The greatest creator is unique and exclusive. The greatest creator is neutral. Humans are divided into man and woman. Animals are divided into male and female. And plants are divided into stamen and pistil. Then what about the greatest creator? We absolutely cannot say that the greatest creator is man or woman, or male and female, or stamen and pistil. If we say that the greatest creator is male, there must be a female greatest creator that corresponds to the greatest creator, which destroys the uniqueness of the greatest creator. Using the two poles of the unity of the opposition cannot help us understand the greatest creator. That is to say, we cannot say that the greatest creator is true or false, good or evil, beautiful or ugly. Because if we say that the greatest creator is good, there must be an evil greatest creator that corresponds to the good one, which also destroys the uniqueness. Things have their own nature. Animals have their own animal nature. Humans have their own human nature. Buddhas have their own Buddha nature. And gods have their own divinity. So what kind of nature does the greatest creator belong to? The greatest creator does not have a nature, which means that the greatest creator does not have physicality, animality, humanity, Buddhahood, or godhood. Defining the greatest creator in any life realm is incorrect. Saying that someone has animality is certainly demeaning them. Saying that a Buddha has humanity is certainly demeaning the Buddha. Saying that a god has Buddhahood is certainly demeaning the god. Saying that the greatest creator has physicality, animality, humanity, Buddhahood, or godhood is definitely demeaning the greatest creator. Therefore, the greatest creator does not have a nature. Or it can be said that the greatest creator is neutral. Here, I have to talk about the Hare Krishna movement, here because it is related to the greatest creator. Krishna and Krishna consciousness come from the ancient wisdom scriptures of India and have been inherited by some spiritual masters. The most outstanding leader of the Hare Krishna movement is Saint Prabhupada. This movement has many brilliant insights and focuses on the spiritual aspect of human beings, rather than the material and physical aspect. Many of the things advocated by this movement are valuable and worth learning from. However, we must be clear about who Krishna is. According to many of Prabhupada's teachings, we know that Krishna is the supreme God of the universe, which is acceptable. But he also says that Krishna is the only one and the source of all sources. Who can be the only one? Who can be the source of all sources? Only the greatest creator is the only one and the source of all sources. This clearly indicates that Krishna is the greatest creator. So, is Krishna the real greatest creator? In the definition of God, in the teachings of the Krishna perception movement, Saint Prabhupada said, "When Krishna appeared on this earth, he had 16,108 wives. each of whom lived in a palace made of marble and decorated with jewels. The rooms were filled with furniture made of ivory and gold, and everywhere was magnificent. Is this the greatest creator? No, it is not. The greatest creator is neutral, neither male nor female. How could the greatest creator have 16,108 wives? Why not say that Krishna has 16,108 husbands? This is clearly a reflection of the idea of male superiority and female inferiority. Moreover, why does the greatest creator have so many wives? What does licentious and unrighteous mean? Creating so many wives for the greatest creator with human thinking and physical desire, is it to praise or to blaspheme the greatest creator? Krishna's 16,108 wives live in palaces built of marble, studded with jewels, with rooms furnished with ivory and gold. This is simply the imposition of the will of ordinary people on the greatest creator. Marble, jewels, ivory, and gold are precious in the eyes of ordinary people. Does the greatest creator really like these things so much? In short, Krishna is not the greatest creator. The consciousness of Krishna is to love gods and achieve harmony and unity between spirituality and divinity. However, since Krishna is not the greatest creator but labeled as the greatest creator, Krishna consciousness is a dangerous consciousness that requires caution.